tell you
Add it in.
don't start. Okay. Unit 4, so page 216. Yes, I just want to go over the vocabulary words quickly. Compact means small. Connotation. So you need to know about connotation, which means positive, negative, neutral. On the listening test tomorrow, not the listening test, excuse me, listening quiz tomorrow, I give you an example of that. On the real listening test, in the vocabulary, it will have words and it will ask you if they're positive or negative or neutral. So that will be on the test. So you need to know what connotation means because it'll ask you about connotation. Context means the whole thing, what the whole thing is about, the whole sentence or the whole paragraph. Corporate means like a big company like Apple or Samsung. Cozy means comfortable. Okay, that's the definition of cozy is comfortable. But with the connotations or the euphemisms, they use cozy to mean small and comfortable. Deceptive means lying. Directly is the opposite, because directly doesn't just means to tell you straight out. Lying. Oh, you're dead. You know, that's it. Euphemism is when we use a word that's less negative. Like instead of saying Anna is kicked out, we say Anna is canceled because canceled is neutral. Okay, so that's what euphemism is. Excessive is too much. Fire means no more job. Maintenance is upkeep. So like for your car, like an oil change, or putting air in your tires, or tune-up, that's called upkeep. Reduction means to go down. Transition means to go from one thing to another. Vibrant means colorful. And vintage is old, like people. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to review Unit 4. Remember, I'm only going to focus on page 80. Okay, so I will go over the vocabulary words on page 81. Circle the best definition for each word. Context, number 1 is A, the situation or information that helps you to understand something. Number 2, euphemism is B, a polite word or expression used to make something less unattractive. Number 3, directly is to say exactly what you mean, B. Number 4, transition is B, when a person changes from one situation to another. Number 5, connotation is a positive or negative feeling suggested by a word. Number 6, deceptive is A, intended to make someone believe something that is not true. Number 7, excessive, much more than necessary, A. Number 8, corporate, relating to a big company or a group of companies. Number 9, reduction, is A, a decrease in size or amount. And number 10, fire is to force someone to leave a job. Okay, so now I will do the listening.
Page 82, main ideas. The corporate world loves euphemism. A friend of mine got a letter from his employer that said the company was having a workforce reduction because of changes in the market environment. What they really mean is that a bunch of people are going to be fired because the company is in financial trouble. So why didn't they say that directly? Well, it was an attempt to put a happy face on a bad situation. Instead of talking about people getting fired from their jobs, the company used a euphemism to make it sound better. Workforce reduction. We love to rename things to make them sound better. Who wants to be a garbage collector? Garbage has a negative connotation. Dirty, smelly garbage. So now we don't have garbage collectors anymore. No, instead we have sanitation workers. Sanitation is the removal of dirt to protect public health. That's a much better connotation, focusing on cleanliness rather than dirt. Sometimes we make ourselves look better with euphemisms. Unemployed? Out of a job? That doesn't sound good in a job interview. But don't worry, you can say you are between jobs, implying that it's only a temporary period of unemployment. Or better yet, that you are going through a career transition. That sounds like you made a choice to be unemployed and find a better career. But in other contexts, our euphemisms change. With friends, you might say something else. Have you heard the term funemployed? That's how my friend explains his current situation. He's out of a job, but now has the time to do fun things during the work week. Unemployed sounds great, right? And we're always inventing new euphemisms. Why? Well, most have a short shelf life. They become less effective over time. Euphemisms are created to make an idea sound more positive, but over time, they can take on a negative connotation, just like the original word. The term downsizing is an example. In the 1980s, when we first heard the term downsizing, it was a new way to describe a company that was firing people, a company coming down in size. However, over the years, it's become just as bad. Just like saying, we're firing people. The connotation is the same now. So it's been replaced too, with new euphemisms like workforce reduction. If I could give the corporate world one piece of advice, I'd tell them, don't overdo it with euphemisms, because with excessive use, euphemism slides into doublespeak. Doublespeak is language that goes beyond making something sound better. Doublespeak is deceptive language used to hide the truth. There's a well-known example, you can find it on the internet, of a corporate letter that uses 29 different euphemisms for firing people. 29 in one page. That's too much. People get angry at this kind of doublespeak. They want to be told the truth, not hear euphemisms that hide the truth. So listen to the euphemisms around you and learn to use them wisely. Thank you.
Okay, so number one on page 82, euphemisms are A, often used in the corporate world. Number two, businesses try to avoid words with negative connotations, B. Number three, the same euphemisms are often used, B, in different contexts. Number four, over time, euphemisms can become more, C, negative. And number five, doublespeak is language that A, hides the truth. Any questions? Okay. So, workforce reduction is a corporate euphemism for firing, or you're fired. Number two, sanitation worker is a euphemism for garbage collector, garbage man. Number three, sanitation means the removal of dirt to protect public health. Number four, between jobs and going through a career transition are euphemisms for unemployed. Number five, unemployed is an example of a euphemism used with friends, not employers. They can buy fun and unemployed. Number six, downsizing is a corporate euphemism for fired, firing, fired. Number seven, downsizing is an example of a euphemism that got a negative connotation over time. And number eight, using 29 different euphemisms to mean fired people is an example of double speak. Any questions? So I'm just going to give you the answers in case you don't have them. For excerpt one is A, to define the term unemployed. Excerpt two, the answer is C, to persuade the listener that downsizing has a negative connotation. And excerpt three is B, to contrast doublespeak and euphemism. Okay, so let's go on to the next page. 86, we don't need to do because this is a what is your style quiz. So this is only your opinion. There is no right or wrong answer. Now, page 87 on the top talks about these words. So I will go over the meanings on page 87. Okay, so A, designed to be small and not waste space, is compact. B, vibrant is full of activity or energy in a way that is exciting and attractive. C, old but high quality is vintage, like you. Number D, the repairs that are necessary to keep something in good condition is maintenance. And number E, small and comfortable is cozy. Any questions? Okay, so I'm going to play the next one. Okay.
Listening to house hunting, page 87, comprehension.
So let me tell you a little about this place. It's really great. It's got 2 bedrooms and it's right in your price range. Let's go on in. Okay. This is the living room. It has some really great features. Look at the nice wood floors and the big windows.
It seems awfully small. Where'd my sofa go?
Yes, it's cozy, but I think you can work with it. I'd definitely put the sofa over here along this wall, and that would open up the space.
There's a lot of noise coming from the street.
Yes, it's a vibrant neighborhood. Lots of shops and restaurants, and very convenient to transportation. The subway's right down the block.
Okay,
Can we move on to the kitchen?
sure.
Now, this kitchen has all new appliances, new stove, new dishwasher, new fridge.
I love the appliances. They're great, but it's kind of small too. Not much room to move around.
Well, it's a compact kitchen. It's very well organized.
Those cabinets are sort of old-fashioned.
Isn't that a great vintage look? That's really coming back in style.
I guess.
And out here is the backyard.
Nice, but not much of a garden. No grass or anything.
Well, it's very low maintenance. You don't have to worry about mowing the grass. Add some nice planters, some flowers. It'll look great. Ready to go upstairs and see the bedrooms?
Actually, I don't need to see any more. It's got some nice features, but it's just not going to work for me.
Okay, no problem. I've got lots of other places to show you.
Okay, so. Number one, the living room is cozy, that's a euphemism, but the client thinks the living room is small. Number two, the neighborhood is vibrant. The client thinks the neighborhood is loud or noisy. Number three, the kitchen is compact and well organized. The client thinks the kitchen is small. Number four, the cabinets have a vintage look, but the client thinks it's old fashioned. Number five, the backyard is low maintenance. The backyard has no yard or no grass. And the apartment is not going to work for me means I don't like the apartment. No grass. Yeah. Number six, I don't like. Right, she's saying she doesn't like it. Okay, so intensifiers. Intensifiers, I know I saw the intensifiers on the practice quiz. Okay, page 88. Intensifiers are on the practice quiz. I don't know for sure, but it's possible that it might be on the regular listening test. So you need to know what an intensifier is. What is an intensifier? An intensifier makes it stronger. So for example, excerpt 1, it has some really great features, which is strong, it's not polite. Excerpt 2, it seems awfully small, so that's more polite, that's not strong. Number 3, excerpt 3, I definitely put the sofa over here along this wall, which is stronger. And excerpt 4, but it's kind of small too. That's more polite. So that's not a strong intensifier. So you have to know the difference between a strong intensifier or not a strong intensifier. Any questions? Okay, so page 89, we don't need to do because that's just connect the listening, so let's skip that. Okay. So, page 90. Now, don't change your answers. Okay? But I want you to know, because Kelly had, was confused last time. The instructions say cross out the meaning that doesn't match the bold first base word. Consult the dictionary is necessary. So on number 1, the wrong answer, not the right answer, the wrong answer is B. Number 2, the wrong answer is A. Don't change it, because remember I told you the other day the right answer. Here it's asking for the wrong answer. Number 3, the wrong answer is B. Page 90. Number 4, the wrong answer is B. I'm not giving you the right answer, I'm giving you the wrong answer. So don't flip. The wrong answer. If you have A, circled A, it's because we were doing the right answers. But the don't touch anything. You guys all have it. Don't change your answers.
You say, doesn't match it.
Right.
You're gonna wrong answer.
That means
now.
wrong answer. Yes, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
I
giving
mean,
you.
I know. Everything last time perfect.
I know.
Yeah.
That's correct. That's what you're supposed to do.
If you the test,
I
how
know.
can ask? No, not wrong answer.
Okay, so the test will say which one doesn't fit or which one is wrong. That's why I want to make sure you focus on instruction. If the test says cross out the wrong answer, that means you have to cross out the wrong answer. Okay, here it says cross it out. Okay. You put a line through it or you put an X, doesn't matter. X wrong. check, right. So I'm just letting you know, based on the instructions, which one is the wrong answer. I had you do the right answers the other day, circling the right answers, because I thought that Rhonda would get confused. That's why I had you circling the correct answer. But on the test, you have to follow the instructions. Okay, so number 4, the wrong answer is B, entertainment. Number 5, the wrong answer is B, sunny and cheerful. And number 6, the wrong answer is truthful. And number 7, the wrong answer is B, secretively. On number 8, the wrong answer is B, pictures. On number 9, the wrong answer is A, not enough. On number 10, the wrong answer is given a better job. On number 11, low maintenance, the wrong answer is A, requiring a lot of help. Number 12, the wrong answer is increases. And number 13, the wrong answer is B, payment for service. Okay, so we have 2 more here. Number 14, the wrong answer is A, soft, relaxing, and cool. And number 15, the wrong answer for vintage is made of wood and inexpensive. So those are the wrong answers. Now, if I had asked you to circle the correct answer, then you would just be opposite. So make sure you follow the instructions. If it tells you red, don't do blue. You understand what I mean? If I tell you to write the word red, R-E-D, don't write the word blue because you like blue. That's called instructions. I will make sure that I go over the instructions carefully for the test. Janice will also do the same thing. Before you take the test, she will go over the instructions. Okay. So number 93, we don't need that, so I'm just going to skip it. Number 94, I'm just going to give you the answers. I don't have to really go over it because it's not going to be on the test. Okay, so page 94, number 1 is C. Number 2 is A, and number 3 is C. Okay, so page 95. This tablet computer is large. It is the largest tablet in the store. Largest. EST. You have the answers already, Ron, because I checked your book the other day. You have all the answers already. I checked it on Wednesday, last Wednesday.
Is the largest.
The largest. Number 2, Dave is a very knowledgeable salesperson. Of everyone who works here, he is the most knowledgeable. Knowledgeable. How do you spell what? Right there. In the sentence. All the words are right there. Number 3, people don't like corporate doublespeak because it is manipulative. In fact, it is often the most manipulative. So just add the most with the word manipulative. Number 4, my new shoes are stylish but not expensive. In fact, they are the most stylish of all the shoes I own. The most stylish. That's why I go over the answers, because some of you are absent and you may not have them. Number 5, all the rooms are painted with vibrant colors, but the yellow living room is the most vibrant. Right. And number 6, I have seen a few good movies lately, but the best movie was With the Chill.
What is the,
The best. Well, the movie's already there. So what do you- Just the best. Ah, we still have two more. I want an apartment that is not noisy, and I think this is the noisiest. Okay. Noisiest, the noisiest, IEST, correct. Right, you change the Y to an I and then EST, that's a spelling. Don't worry about your spelling. I'm not going to grade your spelling, that is okay. Okay, number 8, all restaurants in Westport serve delicious food, but I think the food at Marigold is the most delicious. So, the most delicious. Again, this is not gonna be on the test, but I want you to know that. Pronunciation, we're gonna skip. Page 98, speaking skills. Okay, so again, what I said is tomorrow I'm going to review the speaking test and practice. Now, if I didn't look at the speaking test yet, 'cause I'm not worried about it tomorrow. If I read the questions and the questions are talking about if they're asking for intensifiers, I showed you the intensifiers, really, or definitely, those are intensifiers, you know that. So we did that already, okay? Superlatives, we know already. We just did that. The most, or the best. Okay. Now, expressive adjectives are just adjectives that are give it, that make it stronger, just like intensifiers. So fantastic, incredible, amazing. Okay. Again, I don't know if you're going to need them. I will look at the speaking test before tomorrow and the instructions to see if you're going to need them or not. Page 99, we do not need. Page 100, we do not need. And page 101, 102, and 103, we do not need. So we're finished with the review for units 3 and 4. Okay, so we have a few minutes. Do you have any questions about the listening test only? Yes. Anna, any questions about the listening test? Okay, do you want to know the format? You know what format means? Design, good. That's why I use the word format. Okay, so there will be 20 questions, listening questions. Okay, from all 4 units. Okay. From one of the units, I think it's only true or false. So I don't want to see A or B or C. That's not true or false. T or F. So there's one unit that asks you questions and it's true or false. You guys understand that? The other units, they give you a multiple choice, A, B, C, or D. Okay, so listening is pretty simple. I will go over the listening instructions before we do it. What I suggest you do is that the first time you listen, I want you to close your eyes. Don't use your eyes, use your ears. and just listen. Okay. Of course, I will give you some time to look at the questions first. Okay, because that helps. Because if you read the questions first, then you may hear it, the answer, and you say, oh, I think I have that, I heard that one, and circle it. Okay, you can do that. I will play it multiple times, so I'm not gonna play it 20 times, but I will play it multiple times, okay? I don't think it's a long one, because I played some of them, they're not that long, so I need to cut them in half, or cut them down. I might have to cut them in half, but I don't have to cut, like before, because they're not big ones. There's only like 5 questions for each one. Okay. So that's it for that one. The vocabulary is based on unit 2 and about identity theft, and unit 4 about the language that persuades. So you have to know from the vocabulary words from unit 2, okay? They're going to be asking you, one section is going to be asking you negative, positive, or neutral. You have to know that. The rest of the questions should be asking you to circle the correct answer. Now, there is one part of the test of the vocabulary. I'm not sure if it's from unit 2 or unit 4, where it tells you there's 3 words there. And it says which one is the wrong answer, not the same word. So you would cross it out. There's 3 choices. I know that for a fact because I saw the test. I will go over the instructions before you do that. So don't worry about it. I will explain it to you. I will give you an example. Then there's going to be unit 4 about the language that persuades. Okay, they're going to be talking about positive and negative. I think they might be talking about positive and negative euphemisms as well. So that might be in there. What else? Mostly vocabulary. So it'll be asking you what the meanings are and stuff like that. So again, when you go home tonight, I highly suggest that you study your vocabulary words. You cannot, on Wednesday, you cannot use your phone. You cannot ask me, what does format mean? Because I'm not going to tell you. That's one of your vocabulary words. If it's there, I don't know if it's going to be there or not. I don't know the words that are going to be on the test. So you need to know your vocabulary. Make sure you study all the vocabulary words in the back of the book. You don't have to study the vocabulary words in the book. There's extra vocabulary words there. No, just study your list on page 260. That's all you need to do. As long as you know your vocabulary words, you should do okay on the test.
Okay, so let's review Unit 3, vocabulary. Okay. When someone is in a depression, what does that mean? Just shout out an answer. How are they feeling? They're sad. Very sad and upset. Yes. Okay. When we simulate something, what do? The word similar is similar to simulate. When we simulate something, what do? We duplicate. We copy it. We pretend it's real. We were talking, Kelly and I, a while ago about going to Disney World and Epcot, and there was a simulation of going into space. Here, let me give you vocabulary 3. Okay. So to simulate is to make something almost the same. In Unit 3, in order for the astronauts to prepare to go to travel to Mars, they have training. The training simulates what it might be like traveling to Mars. Okay? When we watched the movie The Martian with the actor Matt Damon, there were many simulations. The movie showed us what it really could be like if we traveled to Mars. Simulation. Okay. Can you read the next word on the list? Hunmin, what's the next word after simulate on the list? That next word. Number 3, yes. Spin. What does that mean? To spin, Rana? What does to spin mean? Turn around, yeah. In Unit 3, what has to spin in order to provide oxygen? What needs to spin in order to bring oxygen to space? Do you remember? What spins around? To create the gravity, yes. The engines spin around and around and around, and that creates the gravity. Yes, yes, good. Very good, Zach. Okay. Next word, way.
Survive.
What does it mean to survive?
See.
To save your life,
Yeah.
to continue. If there are obstacles, problems, trouble, to keep on going, to survive, right? Yes. We saw how The Martian, how Matt Damon, the character in The Martian, survived, was able to survive, keep on living, even though he had many obstacles and problems that he had to face. Zach, what's the next word on the list?
Nothing.
Number 5. Number 5.
On sheet.
Okay, on the sheet, yes. Okay, that's okay. Number 5.
Isolate.
Isolate.
Isolating.
Yes, so astronauts have to be isolated from their families. What does isolate mean? To be alone, to be separated from your friends and your family. Why would they have to be isolated? Why would they be isolated? What's the reason when the astronauts go into space, they go up to Mars, they travel to Mars? Why are they isolated?
Yeah,
Because
only 3 or 4 people.
they're only with 3 or 4 people. And when will they come back? Will they come back in a week?
No.
No, it could be a very, very long time. So they will be isolated they'll be isolated from their family, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, wait, what's the next word after isolate?
Hold on.
The next word.
No, hold on.
Count on, count on. It is an idiom. What is it when you count on someone or something to happen? We can count on the fact that tomorrow will come. Yes, we can count on the fact that tomorrow will be Tuesday. Day after today is tomorrow. Okay. What can we count on? What does that mean?
Okay.
Yeah, there's no reason. Okay. We can be sure that probably will happen, right? Okay. You can count on the fact that if the astronauts go up into space, it will be a long time before they come back home. You can be sure of that. Okay. Almost sure of that when we count on. Okay, next word. Anna?
From mean, I don't know, not do something, boarding. We don't know nothing to do.
Boredom. Yeah. Okay.
Boarding mean nothing, I don't know.
I have nothing
something.
to do, right? I have nothing to do. The children always say, I'm bored, right? The noun is boredom. When you have nothing to do. You're not working, you're not playing, you're bored. Okay, next word. Zach,
Visual.
artificial. And what does that mean?
Not real.
Not real.
Made by person.
Yeah, made by a person. They say man-made, but it could be woman-made also, right? Made by a person, not natural. Good, very good. Next one. Next word. If you put the phone on, yeah, please, yeah. What's the next word? Kelly.
Reaction.
Okay, what is a reaction? By the way, what part of speech is reaction? What part of speech? Is it a noun? Is it a verb? Is it an adjective? Is it an adverb? Reaction.
Now,
Noun, how do you know, Kelly?
ION.
It ends in the shun, I-O-N, good, yes. What is your reaction to something? How do we explain reaction? Anybody can give me an answer. Reaction.
Something pair is in somebody responsible, some kind of, wow, something.
It's how you feel about something, right? Your attitude, your feelings, your beliefs. After you watch a movie, after you watch a TV show, after you read a book, after you listen to the news. When we talked about Ukraine, initially, when Russia attacked Ukraine, what was our reaction? What was our reaction to the bombing and the destruction of Ukraine by Russia? Upsetting, unsettling, and upsetting. We were very upset. We were shocked. That was our reaction. Good. Next word. Automatically. Everyone say automatically. We don't have to pronounce every syllable. Automatically. When something is done automatically, we're not thinking. So who has a Tesla in this room?
I want to buy a Tesla.
You want to buy a Tesla. We've talked about it enough. But what happens automatically in a car? Even in my Acura, if I get too close to a car when I'm driving, automatically an orange sign says brake. That's automatically. Without thinking.
Yes, this is right.
It's
not good.
it's in the Tesla, it'll stop.
Before I have it.
You had the Tesla,
Yeah.
yes. So it will stop automatically. When children learn mathematics, the multiplication tables, it's good if they learn it automatically without thinking, right? Don't start thinking, just do it by heart, by rote. Okay, thank you. The electricity goes on automatically. Excellent, Hunman, yes. Thank you, Thomas Edison, right? Yes, automatically. The sun comes out automatically, right? things that we don't have to think about, just happens. Right? Okay, and next word, speculation. Also a noun. When we speculate, we make a guess. We use clues, we use information, we use research. Karen will be on unit 3, okay? And we're just reviewing some of the vocabulary from the unit. So astronauts and scientists with NASA study and research and experiment. So they can speculate. They can have a good guess as to what might happen when the astronauts go to space. They speculate. If this happens, this problem happens, this is the solution. If another problem happens, this is the solution. They don't know for sure, but they can have an educated guess after research and studies and experiments. That is speculation. We can speculate. That's the verb. Okay? Any other next word?
Ending.
Okay, so what's the engine?
Ending the car, the carbon machine.
It's the machine in the car or a plane. Right?
For the use power.
Right. It's the power that makes it go. Right. It's the fuel. It's in the engine. Yes. Okay. And I believe the last word.
Gravity.
Gravity.
What is gravity? Loud. It's something that holds us down. It's a force that holds us down. Yes. Why are we studying gravity? Why is that in this unit? Is there gravity in space?
Spacecraft.
In the spacecraft. Is there gravity on Mars as far as we know? No. And that's why the engines need to spin in order to create gravity. Because there is no gravity on Mars. There is no gravity in space. But there is gravity. That's the force that keeps everything down. Otherwise, this would fly up and we would be flying. Astronauts have to wear special spacesuits weighted to keep them down so they don't float in space and they don't fly up because there is no gravity. Okay, so we're going to review page 49, exploring the red planet, page 49. When we are talking about the red planet, when scientists talk about the red planet, which planet are they referring to? Which planet are they talking about? Mars. Zach, why do they call it the red planet? Because of the color, that it appears to be red from space, probably from the rocks, right? When we take satellite pictures of it, it looks to be red, the color red. Okay, so what do we know about traveling to Mars? Would you like to travel to Mars? If you won a contest about going to Mars, you would not have to pay, because we know it could be $1 billion to get on that spaceship with Elon Musk to go to Mars. We read all about that. We read about Elon Musk. Karen, would you want to go? You don't have to pay. Would you want to go to Mars?
Maybe I can
Ah, oh, good for you. Excellent. Why? Why might you want to go?
Because it's different.
A different experience. It certainly would be. Not artificial, it would be real. Yeah, yeah. So what is one thing you would want to know? What is one thing you would want to know to prepare for the trip?
Yeah, just watch the video,
Watch the,
watch
re-
the video,
watch a video of,
just watch the video in the map. Yeah, and if it's different with it's the
the
then-
view, you would just, the view.
yeah.
So you would be interested in the landscape, the view,
Uh-huh.
the rocks, the mountains. Yeah, right, okay, yeah, and the beauty of it. I mean, it's magnificent looking. We have viewed it. We watched the video of the actual astronauts actually taking pictures on Mars, yes. So you would like to go for the experience of seeing the view.
Yeah.
Uh-huh,
Maybe it is different view.
yeah, once in a lifetime, right? Yeah. Never to see that again, yeah, yeah, interesting. Wei, would you want to go to Mars?
I don't.
Free. For free, for free.
No.
We got for free.
I didn't.
You wouldn't, you wouldn't. Why?
I wouldn't go to Mars
Why? Why not?
because I don't isolate my family.
You don't want to be isolated from your family. Good, you use vocabulary word, and that's a good reason. Yes, yes. You would be gone for a long time, a very long time. Right, yes. Okay. Zach, would you want to go? For free? I'm not going to charge you.
Even it's free, I want to go because if I go to the Mars, I can't go back. And my children is young, my wife is young too.
Yeah, yeah. They would be very old when you came back. And you would be very old, right? Yeah, yeah. And your wife is young, should maybe find another husband. Okay, that's a very good reason. Well, all of these reasons, yes. Anna, what about you? Would you want to go?
I want
You want to go?
I want to see what different. I want to try something different.
Would you take your son, your 9-year-old son?
No.
No. You send him back to China with your family and then you would want to go. Yeah, yeah. How interesting. Okay. How about you, Kelly?
Yeah, I want to go.
You want to go? Kelly's son-in-law could probably send you there. No,
It's just free.
it's free.
I like free.
You like it. So you would go because it's a bargain, right? For a bargain.
Yeah.
Why would you want to go?
I'm very afraid, but I like another. I didn't see that new place.
A new place, a new experience. Yeah, yeah. Interesting.
My lifetime. Very, I think it's free. I'm gonna go. My life.
You know what? We have an idiom in English, okay, an expression. The bucket list. Bucket list. Bucket list, okay. So what that means is,
I want to.
yes, before I die,
Yeah.
I want to do this. My bucket list, before I die, I want to rock climb with Alex Honnold. No, okay. Before I die, I want to go to Mars, my bucket list. A list of things you would like to do. You could be young and still make a bucket list. Things that you want to do. So that's it, okay. You know why I don't want to go? Well, first of all, claustrophobia. It's very small, the spaceship, right?
Yeah.
Number two,
You have trauma?
yes, yes. And number two, it's for your face and your skin. Come back, I look like a very, very old lady, right? Your organs atrophy, your muscles collapse. It makes you look very old going to Mars.
Anyway, old.
You don't care. You still want to go. I will speak to Elon Musk the next time I speak to him. The next time he calls me, I have 3 candidates. 3 of you will go together, right? Rana, do you want to go to Morris? No. Why not? You have 5 beautiful sons, right? They need you. Why not? Why don't you want to go? You want to be with, you want to see your sons growing up? Yes, yeah. It's so interesting. 3 women want to go and 2 men don't want to go.
We 3.
What are you afraid of? Hyman, do you want to go? Oh,
Really?
maybe we could take a trip and do a simulation of going to Mars, right? I'll have to check and see if there's any.
We 4 people very enjoy.
You-
Yeah, not isolated.
Right, you're 4 women.
Yeah.
That would be great.
I think, all you 3 or 4,
4.
don't know. It's a single trip. You can't go back.
They don't realize that. Okay.
Nothing.
Once you go, you can't come back so fast, right?
有的时候女人都想离开家庭，有时候可能
If you get bored, you have to sing, dance, play cards, talk, share secrets, right? That's what you will have to do. Right,
And
right.
plan.
Play music.
And plan potato.
They're growing potato.
Margin. What will you eat? Potatoes.
I like potato.
You like potatoes?
Yeah.
So many different ways.
Yeah.
Many things you can make from potatoes.
Fried potato.
Fried. Well, no, that was the Martian. That was all he had.
He made tomorrow and made tomorrow and
He was able
Yeah.
to
the air.
H2O, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He created the greenhouse effect. And yeah, but Hunman says only potatoes.
Potato.
It depends.
You don't bring seed.
You can bring the seeds. Each of you can have your own job that you will do, okay, to prepare. That would be wonderful. Okay, that is a great idea. To simulate it. Yes? Okay. All right. So we went through our vocabulary. We know that sometimes astronauts can get very depressed because they are isolated for such a long time. But they are very well trained. Their whole career, they have trained to be an astronaut. And so they are prepared. We watch the video, we watch the movie. They are so excited. When they come home, they want to go again. You know, when you go on a roller coaster, have you ever gone on a roller coaster when you were younger or with your children at Disney? You're like screaming. And as soon as it's over, the children are screaming, I want to go up again. Same thing with the astronauts. They want to go back up again. They are well trained. Okay, so let's go to okay, let's go to page 65. Move all the way to page 65. Infinitives of purpose. Okay. We will review this once again. So, infinitive means in the form, we do not change the form of the verb. You ask the question why, and we answer in the infinitive. Okay, so I'm looking at the brown chart on page 65. Okay, good. Question. Karen, would you read the first question? On page 65. 65. 65, yes, sorry, 65. Infinitives of purpose. Question.
Why do the endless fire?
Okay, so Hunman, will you answer the question? Under the answer.
While to
Okay. What is the orbit, by the way? The Earth's orbit. It's the path or the circle that the Earth takes, yeah, around the sun. Yeah, the orbit, okay. So,
Why
yes,
was the mission started?
Kelly? Yes, it was started to build a colony on Mars. Good. Anna, can you read the third question?
Why is the ship spinning?
Yes, spinning. Okay. And why is the ship spinning?
It's spinning to create artificial gravity.
Yes, okay, good. So let's go down to the match, the activities. Questions, okay. I'll ask the question, you can give me the answer. Then you can ask the question, someone else will give you the answer. Number 1, why does Mars 1 need to find money? That's the spaceship, Mars 1. Why do they need to find money? Kelly? B. Kelly, you can read.
To go to Mars.
Yes, in the infinitive, to go to Mars. Good. Number 2, why do planet builders need years? Zach,
the answer is E.
read
In
please.
order to change the atmosphere of Mars.
Yes, it takes a very long time. 3, why do the colonists use the radio? Who has an answer for that? Okay, read it. In order to talk to their families on Earth. Good. 4, why are the astronauts isolated before leaving on a trip to Mars? A, read. In order to avoid their getting sick. Right. Yes. So, Kelly, you want to be careful before you go to Seoul, Korea. You don't want to get sick. So maybe Friday and Saturday, you will stay home and rest. Why would you do that? In order to stay healthy, right? You don't want to leave and to be sick. You don't want to get on the plane. You don't want to go to Korea and to be sick, right? The same thing with them. They need to be healthy and safe. Stay away from germs. Okay. Number 5, why does Mars 1 have a selection committee? A group of people that will decide or choose who will go on the mission. And the letter is F, to choose 4 astronauts. 6, why will colonists exercise a lot? To sleep well at night. What? So let me ask you, why will that help you sleep well at night? What does exercise do for you? If you exercise, sometimes if you exercise a lot, it will help you to sleep at night.
My body is very tired.
You get tired from exercise, from a workout, right? It's good to help you to sleep. It's a good natural way to help you to sleep, exercise. Okay. All right, let's go to Unit 4, Language and Power. Let's go to page 75. Okay. Do you think men and women speak differently? Do you think that they speak differently? Okay, can you give me an example?
Usually, women
A woman.
speak politely.
So usually a woman speaks more politely than
Than men.
men.
Usually.
Usually. Of course, there's exceptions to every rule, usually. Okay. What do you think? Hunmin, do you think men and women speak differently? You think it's equal? Karen, do you think equal? You think men speak differently than women? Do you think it's in different situations? If women are together in a restaurant or in a bar, just women, just friends, you're laughing. Do you think they speak differently than men?
No.
Not anymore. I think, times have changed. Women feel equal. Women are more assertive. The vocabulary word. They have more confidence, right? More comfortable. And they speak, so perhaps they speak with their friends, same way men might speak with their friends, right? What about in the home, in the house?
Women speak up.
Women speak up, of course, right? Depending on on the home, I guess, or they're equal to the men, right? Yeah, okay. So maybe 50 years ago it was different, but times have changed. There's been a big sea change in women and women in jobs. Women can be construction workers. Women can be anything that men can be. And so if women can be in the same jobs as men, they've learned to be more assertive and speak up. Okay, so let's look at the vocabulary on page 77. So assertive is a good word. Aggressive is a negative word. So what does assertive mean? I just mentioned it. More confident, speaking up, feeling good about yourself. Assertive. Assertive. So it would be E, as I give you, strongly asking for what you want or need. Okay. Second word, number 2, dominate. Repeat, dominate. Okay. When someone dominates a conversation or someone dominates in a job, a boss can dominate, perhaps. What does it mean when you dominate? You exercise control. The person that dominates is in control. They are speaking up and they are in control. Excessive, repeat.
Excessive.
So what does excessive mean?
Too much.
Too much. For example, can you give me an example of when something is too excessive, when something is excessive? When you are being charged for something, for example, gas. We understand why gas prices have gone up. We are all okay with paying more right now because of the war in Ukraine, perhaps. But a month ago, gas prices were $2.07 a gallon. Now it's $4.07 a gallon. We feel that is excessive, too much. You go to buy a car and the price tag is excessive, too high. You go to ladies, my friend was complaining when she went to the nail place, when she wanted to get a certain kind of a service, she said it was $60 instead of $40. It was excessive. Too much talking, excessive. Too much gossiping, excessive. A teacher that gives 100 math problems. That's excessive amount of homework, okay? Understand what excessive is. Too much of something in a negative. All right. How about inferior? Repeat, inferior. So what does that mean? Either the meaning in the book or your own words. When something is inferior or someone feels inferior, what is it? What is the meaning? What's the opposite of inferior? Superior. So when you feel inferior, you feel very bad with it. You feel less than, right? When you buy a product that's inferior, it's not a good product, okay? Myth. Repeat, myth. Okay. A myth is a noun. What is a myth? Something that is not true. Can you give me an example from the book or from life? A myth, something not true, fake news, fake information, fake story, a rumor. Well, for example, women talk more than men. Okay? It's a myth. In some situations, women might talk more than men. In other situations, men might talk more than women. So that's a myth, an old-fashioned idea that's no longer true. Okay? We talked about Ukraine and Russia's attack, and we said that the Russian soldiers believed that when they went into Ukraine, the Ukrainian people would be welcoming them with open arms. That was a myth, not true. They were not happy. They did not want to be under Russia's dominance or Russia's control. Okay. Profanity, repeat.
Profanity.
So what is profanity? It is a noun. What is profanity? Using very bad language. We watched The Martian, and Mark, the character, was so upset and so angry that he was using a lot of profanity. Women use as much profanity as men. In their home, perhaps, when they're with their friends, profanity is using bad language. Number 7, proverb. Proverb. We have been going over proverbs. What is a proverb? It's like an idiom, an old saying. Yeah, it's a saying, an expression. Okay. Can you think of a proverb? Zach, you once gave us a good Chinese proverb. You interpreted for us. Can we think of any proverbs?
Any proverb? I think there is a proverb about a woman.
Okay.
The high is long, the inside is short. 头发长，心思短。
Okay. The head is
High for woman.
yeah.
The hair is long.
The hair is long.
The inside
Short.
inside is short.
Inside the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the inside, the thinking, the idea.
It's short. Very bad. We are not happy about that. Old fashioned, not true. A myth. Yeah. Many old proverbs were about women, and then that was a way to make women feel inferior and make men more superior. That was the purpose, right? Yes.
It's a bias. It's a bias.
It's a bias. It's a
Bias.
prejudice.
A prejudice.
Yes, it is. Excellent. It's a prejudice. It's a bias. Let me write the word bias on the board. Bias. That is making one person or one side better and the other side less. Inferior and superior. And as women, we don't like that, and we don't want to hear those biases. Those are old-fashioned ideas. Okay, sexism is also bias. The isms, when they end in an ism, it's a noun. Racism, we mentioned Nazism came up, right? Yeah. Sexism. So what is sexism as told in this book?
Man, woman, different.
Okay, men treating women differently, treating women poorly, treating women badly, prejudice towards women, bias towards women. Yeah. Or it could be the other gender. Gender means male or female. So there are some cultures we've read in other books, I've read, where women are, the sexism against men. There are African cultures where women, where businesses, where banks will loan money to women to start a business, to help raise them from poverty, from being poor, so they can support their families. But the banks will not loan the money to the men because the men have proven they take the money and they gamble, or they drink alcohol, or they leave with the money. So the banks will only lend the money to women. Is that sexism? Or is that being smart? Good studies, doing studies, research, and they will give the women the loan, the money, not the men. But there are cultures where women are superior and they treat the men more inferior. Not too many, but there are some. Okay.
Some usually do, no, that's,
Native American, some Native
Yeah.
Americans,
sexism now is gender, X, gender,
yeah, Generation X,
not gender.
gender,
Yeah,
male and
gender.
female.
Yeah, new passport, the American, USA, new passport is we female, male, yeah, not now the gender. One more.
X, gender, uni, right? Not male, not female,
Yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah.
right. The new generation, Gen X generation, many of them are transgender, right? Or they don't want to identify with a gender, right? They call themselves they, the pronoun they, right? Not male, not female. Is that what you're trying to say on the passport?
Yeah.
It doesn't say gender, new
Gender.
passports?
New passport,
It just-
now.
Yeah,
X.
X for gender, right, yeah.
X mark.
Yeah.
The three, yes, sexism. Man, woman, gender. I don't know.
You don't-
New police.
New policy,
Yeah.
in your country or?
Here, here.
America.
I had no- I
USA.
didn't know,
USA.
really.
Just can start to 31st.
Oh, that will begin?
Yeah.
So, do you have a choice? If you were getting a new passport, American citizen, American passport,
Yeah, American passport.
would you say female or you have, it's just going to put an X?
No, the gender, I don't know gender. I want choice.
You want to choose?
No. I don't know.
Ah.
I don't know.
Ah,
Oh, just choice. Then
no more choice, just an X. Right,
no. We three kinds of just
right.
they one gender X. I don't know then. What is it? Man is
Male,
transgender. Gender.
gender,
Transgender.
transgender, yeah,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
Gender, right?
transgender. So that's X, yes. Okay, it is a brave new world we are living in, right? A brave new world from the dystopian novel, Brave New World. It's different. Everything is different. And we have to accept, or we are old fashioned. We have to accept our children, our grandchildren. We don't know. We don't know what the future is for children and grandchildren. We have to be open-minded and accept. We might not like, but sometimes we have to accept, right? Yeah. Okay. 9, talkative. Are women more talkative than men? Men think so. Are we more talkative? Women?
No, now it's men is more talkative.
Sometimes men are more talkative, right?
Bob is more talkative than Janice.
Yes. Agree, I agree. I agree. Yes.
Now it's men that look like a woman.
Men, right.
Yeah.
Men are like women and women are like the men.
Yeah,
Right.
now.
There's no difference in a lot of situations, yes. We are all one, I guess, yeah. And valued, repeat with the V, valued.
Valued.
Valued, okay. So when something is valued or someone is valued, we respect. It has a purpose. It's something good, something that is to be respected, okay? Valued, right? Your children are valued. Parents are valued. Your Porsche, your Tesla, yeah, I guess it's valued, but it can be replaced. Human lives cannot be replaced, but things we can replace, right? We put a value on things, but really, family, our health is more important, right? We all value money. We would be lying if we said we don't care about money. But what we care about more is good health, good family life, right? Good futures for our children. That's to be valued and respected. Okay. All right. A little bit more and then we'll take a break. Okay, just 10 more minutes of review. I'm only reviewing what is necessary. Let's go to 82, page 82. All right, inferring the meanings of Proverbs. So not exactly what is said, but what we think it means, our interpretation, our ideas, our feelings. Okay. Women argue constantly until they win. That's an answer to this, right? A woman's tongue is her weapon, and she does not let it rust. Do you agree? Is a woman's tongue her weapon?
Yeah.
Sometimes, right? But sometimes a man's tongue is his weapon also.
People's tongue
Is a weapon,
Yeah.
is a weapon, exactly.
Not woman.
Not
Yeah.
just the woman, right. People's tongue
Yeah.
is a weapon, right?
Yeah.
We can use our voice. And it's a good proverb for the way that Kelly said it, because it means instead of fighting, use your tongue, use your words. If you remember from the Academy Awards, Will Smith,
Yeah.
he did not like what the comedian said. He walked up to the stage in front of the whole world and he punched him. And then he used his words. Then he used profanity. He sat down. He was very angry, very drunk. He didn't use his words at first. He used violence, right? So it's important to speak up and use your words. Keep your anger down, not use violence. So this could be a good proverb, right? Kelly just turns it into a good proverb. People's tongues are long. People's tongues are weapons, not your hands, not guns, right? we made our own proverb. Okay, let's move on. We'll finish this up. Page 90, once again, we will just quickly review parts of speech, nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs, okay? We've done this a number of times, but one final time. One chart will be on the test. Everybody on page 90? Good, all right. I'm not gonna go through all of this, some of it, okay. Assertiveness is the noun. What is the verb? Assert, okay. It is good to assert yourself if you think something is wrong. Okay, good. And when you use it as an adverb, we're adding assertively. You did it assertively. We added the ly. Good. Okay. Let's go to number 3. I'm skipping number 3. Exception. How about as the adjective when we're talking about an experience? Exceptional. Going to Mars will be an exceptional experience. That's a positive. And the experience was exceptionally. We added an ly. So that makes it 2 L's, right? Exceptional ends in an L, add another ly. L, okay. Number 5, the noun for inferior. Inferiority, ity. We add an ity. We call it an inferiority complex. When we always feel badly about ourselves, that we are not good enough, inferiority. I'll put it on the board. Inferior. Inferiority. It changes the pronunciation. Inferiority. Okay. So myth is the noun. And what would the adjective be? Mythical, yes. Was it?
This one is mythicality.
Except ICAL, yes, mythical, yes. Okay, number 9, sexism is the noun. And if someone, sexist, yes, SEXIST is the adjective. Mhm. Okay, and we're not going to do synonym. It is synonymous. When one word is synonymous with another, they're similar in meaning. Talkative is the adjective. What is the noun? Talkativeness. Talkativeness. Yeah, because Karen, you were absent when we went through this list. Talkativeness. Again, there's more than one way to answer some of these. There are many synonyms in English and word forms. Okay. And the verb? Talk. To talk. Why did you call your friend? Tell me in the infinitive. Why did you call your friend? To talk to her. Okay? To talk to her. Talk is the verb. Uniqueness is such a It would be, the experience was uniqueness. Okay, and so the adjective is unique, one of a kind, special, different. And the adverb, uniquely, good, very good. And the noun for value, when something, yeah, value, valuation, value, way, say value, pull the lip back, value, okay, value, yeah. All right. All right, and that's about it for our practice for the test and the review. Are there any questions? If I didn't go over it, it isn't on the test. I promise you. Okay, any questions for the review? Anything you're not sure of? Okay, I'm turning this off. You can take a break. When we come back, let's talk about the newspaper. Okay.